Hello class, today what we're going to be doing is the auto clicker. So first things first, we want to take a look at this, and I'm going to give you a program that has a button that randomly moves in location, just like my example code, and it has the runnable implemented. As you can see, the box is going and the clock is going. What we want to do is make a variable that counts when I click this, and then I'm going to change that button to also say every time I click it also increases by 1. So we're going to do a 2-in-1, but that's okay. They can be two separate buttons, and I'll show you the difference. So we have all the code put in here, and what we want to do is we want to go into the mouse pressed, and where it has the random values, we're going to delete the random values and then put in a counter variable. So I'm going to have a int monies. When we have this int monies, we have to go down to the button and say monies plus plus, and this would be my one button. My second button, which I'm going to make the same button literally because there's no purpose, this would be in one button, this code would be in another button just for ease of use. I'm also going to say a int auto teacher, and I'm going to set that equal to 0. I can set it equal to 0 here. Technically you should put it in the init, but it is fine to do it here. It's not that big of a deal. So I'm going to take this variable auto teacher and say in the second button, every time I increase auto teacher, I increase by 1, so plus plus 1. If you don't want to do that, the better way to do it is to say auto teacher equals auto teacher plus a variable x, where x is the amount that you want to increase by. You could just make that though like 3 if you want to increase by 3 every time. However, when you're doing this, you might also want to put in another if statement. So I'm going to say if my monies is greater than 10. I'm going to put squirrely brackets because I want to do two things. I want to increase and then I want to decrease monies equals monies minus 10, because then this will have a cost of 10. But realize that by doing this, you're always having it be worth this much, and what we want is a decreasing worth so people actually upgrade, not just always buy this. So once we have this set up to be 10, what we want to do is we want to say the int auto teacher cost equals 10, and then when we go back down to the button, we say, well, wherever I have 10, I just make it auto teacher cost, and then I want to say auto teacher cost equals auto teacher cost plus 1, and then I'm also going to multiply this by, and put it in parentheses, and then multiply it by a 1.1, and then I want to typecast this back to an int, so I'm going to put everything else in parentheses and typecast it to an int. Once we do this, we need to actually see these values, the auto teacher and the monies. So make sure when you have these variables, you go up to paint. I'm going to do g.drawStrings. I'm going to do 3 of them, 1 for each variable. So I'm going to have, let's make it 110, 120, 130. And inside here, we're going to make it a monies equals plus monies. And now we just take the variable monies, auto teacher cost, and auto teacher. And now when I click on my monies, it automatically buys the upgrade. And notice it doesn't do anything yet, because what you need to do is you need to go into your code, and in the runnable field, which is right here, I want to go monies equals monies plus auto teacher, and you can also put in, if you want to, which I'm going to just so you can see the times 2, and that's if you want to just have the increaser by 1 and have the balancing there. So now when I click it, you can see my money is skyrocketing, literally skyrocketing, but see the cost? Now it actually goes up and makes it not worth it, because I'm only increasing this by I think 60 every time, and it's not worth clicking. One bug I want to show you is if you make this very large numbers, what's going to happen is, remember ints have a limited size. Once you go past that limited size, see what happened? It goes negative. The reason why it goes negative is because you reach the max size, so it moves the next bit place. The next bit place is a sign bit, which means it goes from positive to negative because you change the sign to a negative, and then it pops to negative, and then you have to go through. So make sure if you're actually doing large numbers, you use a long, and then make sure you have a if statement. So if your money is greater than a certain amount, it's maxed out, like 9999999, so on and so forth. And that is the auto clicker. Realize this is two different buttons. This is one button, this is the other button. However, you can make them the same button. which I did because these brackets match up right here. Just something to be thought of, and realize also my fill rec should be a draw image. And that's it for the auto clicker. Good luck. I will see you later.